You've been using the pen tool all wrong. And I know you have, because I put out a TikTok explaining this, and right now, less than 24 hours later, it's nearly at 300,000 views. The way that you've been using it is no longer the way that you're going to carry on using it. I'm going to explain exactly how the pen tool should work and what you should do to have an easier time when using it. First of all, let's take a look at this circle here. Now, if I highlight this with my direct selection tool, you'll see a bunch of nodes. These are called anchor points. As you know, you can mess around with them, but these anchor points look really evenly placed. A lot more evenly placed than what you would normally do when actually pen tooling anything. Well, the reason why these anchor points are placed like this with the handles all correctly in place, you know, fully stretched, is because this is the way that vector works. This is the most optimal way of creating this shape without loads of different other anchor points. The rule of thumb is to use as little anchor points as possible so you get a lot more of a smoother appearance. So essentially what we want to do is sort of copy this method, the method that Adobe Illustrator or other vector programs use to generate the shapes to create these perfect shapes. So to work out this method, what we're going to do is draw a square around it. You see this? This is the bounding box. Now wherever this bounding box hits is exactly where an anchor point is. Now these points there are called the extrema or the extremity. That is where the curve is most pronounced. You can see that all the handles, which these are called handles, are horizontal and vertical all the way around. There's none of these crazy handles going this way, that way, this way, that way. It's all horizontal. It's like the guy pressed shift all the time. So whenever you're using the pen tool, always imagine a box around it. And this is the Raspberry R. What you'll notice in this R is that we've got a bunch of anchor points on the top, the bottom, the left and the right. So north, east, south, west. So I've got my sketch here. This is just a sketch that we're going to trace in. So in order for us to trace this in, we need to work on it within segments. And the way that I do that is by working on this one segment here, this next segment, and this segment. And then we can like bring them in all together after. So let's work on this first top shape here. I'm going to bring this guy down all the way until it touches, boom. And it's touched around here. Now I'm going to do it the same for the inside here as well. Bring it down until it touches, boom. These are the most extreme points of the curve. Now if we go to the vertical guides, we do the same thing, hit, stop. And we can actually put another one here because this one will need an anchor point because it's quite an extreme curve. Now we need to work on this side where the anchor point is going to go vertically. Using these guides will allow you to know exactly where anchor points should be every single time. And we can go down to these ones here and down here. After a while, you'll just know where to put your anchor points and you won't need these guides. Now what we're going to do is go to the pen tool, make sure we've just got a stroke, and exactly where those anchor points are, we're just going to hold shift and follow the guide with the handles. Come down here, this one's vertical. Boom. So the first part is anchor point placement. We know where the anchor point should be. The second part of this is handle positions. Now specifically when working with the pen tool for fonts, so when I'm creating a typeface, let's discuss this here, I'm only working on one handle at a time or one segment at a time. This app is called Glyphs. This is what we use to create typefaces. If I click here, you'll see that it's working on these two handles. And what we're trying to do is create a perfect balance between these two handles, vertically and horizontally. So if I go back to Illustrator and show you this, I'm going to be working on just this one line for a couple of minutes. And my goal is to make sure that these handles are maintaining the same weight as the other one, and this will give us a really smooth curve that looks about right. We can always get rid of the guys just to have a look, and there you go, we've got the first curve there. So every time we're only working on one curve at a time. Pen tool again, I'm just going to drag a guide because I know that the anchor point needs to be just here as well. I'm going to take this and drag this down, and we're going to repeat this anchor point here, pull it a little bit, then I get my direct selection tool and I make sure that this curve here is perfect also, that it's maintaining the same weight. Now the great thing about using this method is that it's so easy to edit shapes. You hold shift and you can make very minor adjustments by pulling these handles, and you notice that it's a really clean curve. Now another rule of thumb is to always make sure that the handles never intercede the other counterpart handle. By that I mean this handle, if we're working on this shape here or this curve, this handle should never come out further beyond the horizontal guide. Otherwise you'll get some weird shapes. You'll notice that they all are within their lane, and we're always looking towards the horizontal for For instance, here, the horizontal and the vertical. The next step in part 3 is stabilizers. But just before that, I want to thank Envato Elements for sponsoring the video. As a graphic designer, I need a lot of resources, templates, I need mockups, logo intro templates, presentation templates, stock photos, stock video. All these things help me streamline my work because it allows me to do what I do best, logo design. Envato Elements has over 50 million different assets in all those realms, like fonts and everything. And it saves you time, but it also makes you look a lot better with client work. So you don't have to be doing the boring stuff. You can just get them from Envato Elements. And the best thing about Envato Elements is that if you click the link in the description, you get a 7-day free trial just to try it out. But then if you get the annual subscription, you get it for 50% off, which means that you're getting access to all 50 million assets for less than $20 a month. And they have a really interesting license, which is super simple to use and understand. So click the link down below to learn more and to level up your work. Stabilizers contradict everything that I've just said, but for good reason. So here's the logo fully vectored out. Now, if I was to highlight this, you'll notice that at some points, specifically here, these handles are not perfectly horizontal or vertical. They're going at a weird axis. Now, the reason why is because they give more control. And the only time that you sort of use these as stabilizers is when you've got 2 points where they're both horizontal or vertical. So if I was to do this like so, we would have less control in the middle here because we've got 2 of these points. So what I do is I just draw these 2 lines or these 2 handles. I press the plus button, which will give me the pen tool, which is the add anchor point tool really, and I press in the middle here. What it will do is it will actually just add an anchor point and do all the line work for us. So it's actually edited these parts. This means that these handles have got less influence on the entire curve, and this gives us more detailed performance. We can actually go into this now and really edit this, fine tune it, and do what we need to do. Stabilizers are really important for longer lines or longer curves, ones where you've got 2 points that are going in the same sort of axis. So in order to create a logo like this, that's how you actually do it. It looks really hard, but it's not really. It's actually very simple to do. It just takes a bit of practice. If you enjoyed the video, then let me know by pressing the subscribe button down below. I upload twice a week. I also upload on TikTok now. I'm doing a lot of shorts in the days that I'm not uploading full videos. Join my newsletter to find more information out about me and to become a better creative. Join the team, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.